Today we're going to be doing a fair comparison between the iPhone 12 mini and the Samsung Galaxy S20 FE. So this video is actually for someone who can switch between an iPhone and an Android phone. They're not really tied into an ecosystem and are just looking to upgrade right now. Because look, if you're a fan of iOS, the iPhone 12 mini is probably one of the best iPhones Apple has made in recent years. And if you're an Android fan, the Samsung Galaxy S20 FE is probably one of the best Android phones I've used in recent history. But they're both mid-range flagship phones. That's what I'm kind of calling them here. And that's why we're going to compare the two. If you truly don't mind which platform the phone is using, Apple and Samsung make it really easy to go between phones. You can easily transfer your information from your old iPhone to the Galaxy S20 FE, and of course vice versa on the iPhone. Now the S20 FE is bigger than the iPhone 12 mini. I chose the 12 mini because both phones really represent what I'm calling the reasonably priced flagship. The S20 FE is cheaper than its bigger S20 counterparts, and the iPhone 12 mini is the cheapest fully new featured iPhone that Apple offers. However, objectively, this is €100 cheaper and you do get a much bigger screen. So on paper, this is much better value. Now, one thing to note is that this backing is made out of plastic, which I know some people have strong opinions about. I actually like the feel of the plastic, and most importantly, it's durable, so I actually would wear it naked. The iPhone 12 mini is made out of glass, and as you can see, I took no chances and put it inside of a cover. Both of these phones have OLED panels, and they're both great in their own way. This one has better colors, they're more accurate, they're a bit more saturated, and of course it's the Dolby Vision HDR. But this Samsung has the 120Hz refresh rate, which blows my mind. I cannot go back to 60Hz. I said it before and I'll say it again. I will not be buying a new iPhone until Apple puts a 120Hz refresh rate into their screen. And that should give you a clue about which phone I recommend, because the 120Hz panel on this is just really beautiful. It's so fluid, it's so smooth, and it makes your phone feel so much faster. In terms of performance, both phones are blazing fast. However, the iPhone 12 mini is faster when it comes to things like video editing because the Apple Silicon just has those optimizations built in. So for example, when I was using this as my daily driver, I did a huge Instagram story of me making a banoffee pie and I photographed it on the S20 FE and the photographs were beautiful. However, trimming the video was a nightmare inside of the Photos app because the timeline wouldn't actually allow me to zoom into the timeline because the footage was recorded in 4K. So that's just an example of how the iPhone excels in something like video editing and where the Samsung falls behind. However, when it comes to general performance that most people will use their phones for, it really is going to be a parity. Now, when it comes to the camera, this is interesting because they are both good in different ways. If you're purely a photographer, then I think the Galaxy S20 FE is the better phone because it has 3 lenses. It has the telephoto, and you know how much I hate the wide angle lenses on both of these. And I actually think the selfie camera does better video on the S20 FE because it has less noise. However, if shooting at night and getting the best selfies and recording video is important, get the iPhone 12. Night mode on iOS is much better than the Samsung counterpart because it has live preview, even in pitch black darkness. The portrait mode feature in iOS still makes great selfies, better than the Samsung, and I did a full in-depth video covering the Dolby Vision HDR, where the results blew me away. Battery life on the Galaxy S20 FE is also much better than the iPhone 12 mini because of pure physics. It's a bigger phone, bigger battery. This also has the SD card slot, so you can expand your storage, and I know a lot of you people are fans of that. So you can expand your storage, but I also like that it's dual SIM. You can use the SD card slot for a second SIM card, and I know that's important for some of you depending on what country you're in. The iPhone only has a single SIM, but it does have eSIM capabilities. However, if your country does not have eSIM service, you only have one SIM card. But one area the iPhone 12 will objectively succeed over the S20 FE is software updates. If you don't buy new phones very often, Apple will provide software updates on this for at least 5 years, if not longer, and they have an amazing track record of doing that. Samsung will only probably support this for 3 years if you're lucky. Now yes, if you're a technical genius, you can rootkit the phone and install vanilla Android on this. But if you're already that much of an expert at Android, you've probably already made your decision to get the Galaxy S20 FE. But if you're just a regular person who has not a lot of time on their hands to be hacking their phone, then you probably will get longer value from the iPhone 12. So my final thought about software updates actually makes deciding between the two phones quite hard. So let me put it to you this way. If you update your phone every 2 years and you don't mind getting an iPhone or an Android phone, I'd get the Samsung Galaxy S20 FE. It has all the latest tech in it, like a 120Hz refresh rate, and you can enjoy it today. And in fact, if there's no 5G in your area, get the 4G version and save an extra €100 and go get it, go have fun. However, if you're someone like my mother, for example, who holds onto their phone for many years, she still has the iPhone 6 from 2014, I would recommend the iPhone 12 because of the software updates and the long-term value that this will give you. Also, if you're that type of user, you're probably more likely going to enjoy the features the iPhone 12 has, like portrait mode for selfies and all the other tricks that I can do. Leave a comment below and let me know what phone you plan on getting and what you thought of my comparison. Was it fair? Is there anything you dispute with me? Yeah, I think you're definitely going to dispute some things with me, but that's fair. That's why there's a comment section. But if you do like the video, do give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell to stay tuned for future uploads. Thank you so much for watching. Bye. So that kind of gives you a hint anyway about which blah, 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 blah.